I spent €8 on this, so you don't have to. So this is potentially the coolest way to generate using AI, images, videos, anything. This is a node-based system from Freepik that allows you to prompt an image, for example, create an image, and then add a style to that image, add an edit, or make a video out of it, and then kind of like stitch these together all with these nodes. So these nodes, you can imagine them as input output. So the input of this or the output of this node, you connect it to the input of the other. So it's kind of as a reference. So you take this as a reference, and then here you say, what do you want to do with it? You can do this to not just make images. As I mentioned, you can even make videos, and you press run and you make versions, and all of these are connected. So it's in a visual canvas that looks really, really nice. It's really well designed.
In my head, I would describe this as a node-based multimedia transformer tool. So taking, you might take an image and say, hey, make this flower blue. And then you're done with it. All done. Download the image. What this allows you to do is you can take an image and you can say, right, make this blue. And then in the next stage of the transition, make this 3D. And then you kind of got this multi-stage manipulation of an image or a video, or I don't know what the inputs were on there, but it could be a 3D model or something like that. But it just allows you to build these pipelines to manipulate images. And what I like is you could, let's say you apply a specific kind of treatment, like maybe you take a concept image from an artist and you always make different 3D models that you then put on your website. This is an amazing way to just have a pipeline where you can dump your image, which you always get, and it will run it through that pipeline and generate like 6 or 7 different formats. And maybe it's something for a poster, maybe it's something that your website can use.
Yeah, this is the new way to generate probably like marketing assets if we generalize it. What do you see here? So this is made in Figma, by the way. This is made manually in Figma. How would you animate this in a animation software or even with code? This is
After
easy to
Effects,
do.
probably. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably After Effects or
I'd
code, but
probably
After
use
Effects.
GSAP. Probably it would
Yeah,
be easier for me. But you'd have the 2024, and then the 4 goes out, and it gets smaller, and the 5 comes up with a nice easing and something like this, right? And then maybe the 5 goes and the 6 comes. And this is what exactly I prompted the AI. And first I tried to prompt it directly using just using my own imagination and my own words. Are you ready to see the result?
I want to see the prompts. I want to see the workflow before the result.
I can't do this. Well, I'm sorry, David, I can't do this. I can't zoom in more than this without revealing. So
I mean, I've seen the design, so like
yeah,
it's
it's
not
like create a smooth number animation.
okay.
The 2024 going to 2025 and 6 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
Only change the last digit, and the rest stays the same. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the
What is
space-time
this
continuum is
broken?
the flux capacitor is not quite tickety boo.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, let's try it again.
Okay.
So this is another try, and
Okay.
it's just like, what the hell is this? I was
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, let's ask ChatGPT to write the prompt, like make a really long prompt, and not much better. Like,
Okay.
like the 2 and the 3.
I've already got a hunch. I've already got a hunch.
This
Oh.
one.
Oh.
I
So
don't know.
is this a use case, or is this you just saying how rubbish the tool is?
No, this is well, the thing is, I know like with so many other things, these tools can do it, but this is the use case that I right now have, and I
Okay.
just paid $8 for this.
S-
Yeah.
oh, go on.
So
Same
here's
again. Okay.
another version, and I
Okay.
just made different prompts. I
I've
don't know what
figured it
this
out.
is.
I figured it
Yeah.
out. Create your first image will be the number 5, right? Just the number 5. And your first prompt will be have this number shoot off and a grey number 4 or something like that. And get that locked down. Get that first animation locked down just in isolation. Your
Yeah.
second image, because this is the beauty of node based
Yeah.
piping, right? Your second will be just a flat image of the 2025 or whatever. Then you would say merge those two, merge the video and the image together
Yeah.
into a video. That's, I think there's where you got to think of when you talk about node.
Yeah.
You've got to break down the path in logical chunks. What do you
But
reckon?
if I do this as well as I would just do it in Figma prototype that I never touch, or I would do it in code, the whole beauty of this would be to one shot something like this because it does seem simple, and I'm pretty sure there are enough examples of this exact ticker animation. This is nothing like novel, new, or groundbreaking, but maybe because of how minimal it is even more difficult because of the minimalism.
What you got to think about is the scalability of something like this. Is this something you do time and time again? Is this a long workflow that, yes, it might take you long to set up in the first instance, but does it pay dividends in the future because you're just doing the same thing over and over again? Are you creating 60 videos out of one image? In that case, something like this would be really helpful. So whilst I know you're only showing like an example, and yes, you're right, it's not a valid representation of why this tool sucks or whether it's brilliant, because you're not wrong in what you're saying. It's just that was never meant. You're comparing apples to oranges, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I see this as mass output variances, uh, constantly doing the same thing or constantly doing multi-step processes and just chaining it all together. And that's where I see this coming in clutch.
No, I can't imagine like ads, or have like, let's say what
Product
Babak
shots, like you saw,
mentioned, like,
right?
yeah, product shots. Like we looked at the FinSuite stuff here. What if we could like create layers in 3D and make them look like they were rendered in 3D? Or I mean, with UI it might be more difficult, but like with actual physical products,
Mm,
that could be something. Nonetheless, this was my use case right now,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and I have far more complex UI to animate for thumbnails. And I thought this one, because this is a custom code, let's not animate it in the UI. Just let's do it in After Effects. It's faster for my team to do it. But apparently, yeah, we'll go that route because AI can't do it properly. And by the way, I noticed for all of them, I was using the auto model, and I don't know which model that was. Maybe this was my mistake. Maybe I suck at prompting, but any of these, all of these
Yeah,
prompts were different.
yeah.
Um,
Do they have VO? Because I think VO is a good place to start with. Again,
yeah, I can't.
animating something that you don't want to affect the rest of the image with. So that might have been a good model to have.
Yeah, I'm out of. Okay, so this one already, yeah,
Getting
goes
there.
in the direction. Yeah. But
Getting there.
here's the issue: it's not like when if I write code. By the way, shout out, we are over 100 viewers. If it's with code, it's so much
Subscribe.
easier because of the deterministic nature of it. Like you see how the code runs, and if you have a bug, you can
Mm.
change the
Yeah,
bug and obviously make it work. But when we are talking about generative nature of things, you can't control it. It's
you could
generative
tell
and
it to
it's
output
random.
code that does this, though, or you could tell it to output, like, I don't know whether it can, but will output uh, After Effects file that does this, though. There are probably ways to do it, but you're totally
Yeah.
right. Like it's a black box. This is part of a larger conversation on my show, Cmd+AI, which we stream live every single week. We discuss the news and all things related to AI in the world of design and web. Catch us next week and join in the banter.